Today I'm interviewing my father, Raymond Bautista, who had migrated to the U.S. from the Philippines in the 1960s and now has retired in the Philippines. Now, I have a few questions for you. What is your birthday?
I was born in March 15, 1938 in Manila, Philippines.
Manila, Philippines. And how many people are in your family, your immediate family?
There were, let me have a picture.
And here's a picture.
In the family, my parents, my father, my mother, and 6 of the children, and I'm on the 5th.
And then the names of your parents?
My father's name is Chocilo Bautista. My mother's name is Mercedes Domingo.
And then the names of your brothers and sisters?
The eldest is Ate Helen.
And can you show me in the picture?
This is the eldest, my Ate Helen.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is a guy, Fred Bautista.
Mm-hmm.
And another boy, Andong or Alejandro. And then my sister Natividad, which is nicknamed Nene, and here I am, Ray Bautista, and the youngest is Soledad or Soling Bautista. This is a complete family except my parents. My father is already gone at this point, and this is my mom.
Oh.
Also passed away. At present time, there are only 3 of us surviving. 4 of us. All my sisters are still there. My 2 brothers and my mother. Of course, my father is gone. And let's see. Unfortunately, my eldest sister has been had a heart attack, and so she is now. She's still okay. She's still surviving, but she could not hardly walk. She's still okay. I think she's around 80, 84 or 85 at this time.
Wow. Now, do you remember the time of this picture? Do you happen to know around what time this is?
This is one of my vacation from U.S. and I think it was the very first vacation I had, and the first time I saw all my brothers and sisters and my mom. My father at the time, who passed away in 1972, which was at the time of President Marcos' time. And at that time also, there's a big group of people against Marcos of his regime. And so shut down the airport. I cannot come and visit them. And my father passed away. So since then, I thought about coming back home, and I think the first opportunity I did was at the time, sometime in late 70s, when the first time I come, after many years being in the United States.
So that was your first trip back since you've moved to the U.S.?
This is probably my first vacation.
Vacation.
Just vacation, short vacation, maybe 3 weeks or 1 month, I think, at the best.
Okay. And when you were growing up, what did your family do for a living? What was your father's job and your mother's job in the Philippines?
As I recall, when we were, as I recall it, my father was pretty well off. He had all kinds of businesses. I think there were about 3 businesses he has. But unfortunately, he lost them all because of gambling.
Oh.
That's why I hate gambling.
Okay,
I never
makes
liked
sense.
gambling. The family has about 17 jeepneys, which is a passenger's vehicle that take passengers as many as about 10 per load, and there's 17 of them. So we're pretty well off, as I recall. A lot of people works for my father, and he has, I recall, has a own private jeepney that he uses to move around. Besides having jeepneys, he had 2 stores, one of which is spare parts for heavy equipment and vehicles, and the other store is handguns. So he's pretty well off, but unfortunately, as I said, because of his friends where we moved in, he became enticed of going gambling. You know, this cockfight thing is really bad.
Cockfights?
Cockfights is one of his favorite gambling.
With the roosters?
Yeah.
Oh. So that's common in the Philippines at the time?
Very common and legal.
Oh.
And it's also legal in many states. Here in the United States, it's illegal. In Mexico, I believe it's also illegal. Down in Sacramento, from time to time, I could hear they also have cockfight, which is also illegal. But they're hiding it, they continue playing with it.
But in the Philippines at the time,
It's
even now?
legal until now.
Okay, I didn't know that. And your mother, did she work? Or was she
my
a
mother
house?
has been a housewife.
Housewife.
And all those years, all she have to do is just take care of us.
Which is full-time job.
Full-time job for all this family growing up.
Big family. So would you say your family status was well off, middle class, or poor?
Very well off at the time. We were born in one district, and this district is in Manila. It's an area where rich people live. But soon enough, after I was about a teenager, we moved to a different location where people enjoys with this cockfight thing, and my father was enticed to that, and that's why we moved in, and that's why we started losing all these businesses.
Where was that? Do you remember?
When was that?
Oh, where? Or the location that you moved?
When and where? It's that was when we moved in there. It's in late 1950s, and it's in San Andres, San Andres Bukid, or San Andres subdivision in Manila. So, but we were coming from Malate, Manila, which is the heart of Manila itself, of the district. But we are moving to somewhere outskirt of Manila, still within Manila.
Oh. Now, what was it like growing up in the Philippines?
Well, it's quite difficult because over there you have to study hard and work hard in order to advance yourself. When I was growing up, I work on my own. I don't depend on my father or mother for their hangouts. I don't accept their offer that they will take me for college. And so I said, no, I'll do it on my own.
What kind of jobs, if you don't mind me asking, did you do?
I started as a laborer. I continued working as a laborer until I finally found a job, which is with a company, with a paper product company. We supply paper products from all kinds of things from groceries and from schools. So we delivered that there. I was one of the salesperson, and I delivered that too. And until I went to college, that's how I do.